The simplest way to create action plans in Top Producer is to start with an Excel spreadsheet. Here you can see I have a pre-listing plan set up, and the first thing you're going to do is enter every task that needs to be completed for the listing plan. Everything from beginning to end for the pre-listing, everything you do before you put a listing into the MLS. So I have all of my tasks listed here. Now what you're going to do is divide them up by days. And Top Producer likes to go 0 days from the plan date. In this case, since it's a pre-listing plan, it's from the listing date. So I'm going to put 0 days from listing date. And now I'm going to choose every task that needs to occur on the day I put this listing into Top Producer. So I happen to have these sorted already, but these first ones all have to happen on the day I put it in. Now, right here, I'm going to insert, and the rest of these are all going to happen at a later date. So I'm going to leave those separate. Now, anything that has to happen after something else, you're going to insert it below there. So right here, this email title company for the Homeowners Association's covenants and restrictions. I'm going to email the title company on the day I get the listing, but I'm not going to receive it until a few days later, and I won't be able to mark this done until I've actually done this first task. So this is going to go right after this. So this receiving depends upon this emailing. I'm going to separate that out like this. Control X, move over, Control V. Now you can see that the HOA CCRs is subsequent to the emailing. Now, same with the ordering photos. I'm not going to order the photos the same day, typically, that I would actually put this into Top Producer. So these two things are dependent upon ordering photos. I do them after I've ordered the photos. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the order that I want them done, and I'm going to, just by moving them around, cutting, pasting, put them in the order that you want them. And then I'm going to go back and number them. And I'm going to use a 3-digit numbering system just to make things a little bit easier. So now that I have my first tasks numbered, notice how I didn't number the ones that are dependent upon something else. That's because these won't even be available to mark done until I've marked done the ones that are actually numbered. So here's how this translates into Top Producer. Under Calendar, you're going to go to Plans Manager. And I'm just going to come down to Create Plan. The type of plan that you choose is dependent upon what you're entering. In this case, because this is associated with a listing, I'm going to choose Listing Plan. And then I'm just going to name it Pre-Listing Plan. And since this is just a demonstration, and Save and View Plan. Now I'm not going to go through and enter all of these, but here's what you're going to do. Add activity, and these are all to-dos, and I am just going to copy and paste this. Assign it to the person that's responsible for it, and this will always be, the first one's 0 days from listing date. Enter this however you want, whatever settings you want, save and add another activity. And now we start with the next one. Save and add another. So you're going to keep going down the list until you get to this one where it's dependent. So if I was going to enter this one, I would do it this way. And then, because this activity is dependent upon the previous one, instead of typing 0 days after listing date, we're going to put it after preceding activity is complete. And now, because it's dependent upon number 11, all I have to do is find number 11 in the list. And now it's dependent upon that activity. And we'll just put 0 days after preceding activity is complete, because once that's done, actually in this case it would be 3 days, because I'm typically not going to receive a response back from the title company in the same day. So that's just a reminder for me to come back and check in 3 days to make sure that I've got those from the title company. And now in your list, yes, these are out of order, but when you click the description, it puts them in order. And you'll notice that this says 3 days after 11 is completed. So I won't be able to mark that done until this one is done. It will show up in my list of things to do in the future, but I won't physically be able to mark it done until the previous one has been marked done. To give you a glimpse of what this looks like when it's fully complete, it looks like this. Again, notice how they're out of order. All I have to do is click the description and it puts them in the order that I want them done.